If you're so worried about this ex and her reputation, why are you bringing her on the show?
Jimmy is so manipulative.
It's nothing to do with her.
Nothing to do with her. This is his problem.
This is his problem.
I felt personally hurt by Clay. I'm like, why did he wait till the altar?
The relationship is completely over. It's done.
I almost feel like she's like a paid promoter of Love is Blind.
50-50 podcast. Hi everyone, I'm Yas.
And I'm Yel.
And welcome back to 50-50.
Yes, don't forget to subscribe while you're here. We have new episodes every single Wednesday. And right now we're on our Love is Blind era right now.
So today we are going to go over the last episode, really, before the reunion.
The finale. This was the finale
yeah.
episode of Love is Blind where they went to the altar. And yeah, we're going to just give our impressions about that because it was a wild episode. And then we want to talk a little bit about just like kind of like the I guess the tea that's going on with the Love is Blind cast, because there's a lot of like, I don't know if they're rumors at this point or confirmed, but we'll talk about it like with the reunion, like people invited, people not invited, like, or not going, just the rumors that we've been hearing and just things that we're looking forward to for the reunion, because I don't know about you, but I literally cannot wait for the reunion.
Me neither. But let's start with the episode.
Yeah, let's start with the episode first.
Jimmy and Chelsea.
Yes.
The first 5 minutes was literally insanity, I feel like, because the relationship is completely over. It's done.
Yeah.
And the way that Jimmy went about it was just so weird to me, so crazy. I can't believe that that's how he decided to go about it. He's telling her, he's like, I'm so sure of the relationship. You know where I stand. Like, what did he say? Like,
he basically said that, like, he feels ready to get married.
That's what he said, right?
Like, he was like, they're like, I guess, like, let's share our, like, feelings about how we feel right now. Because they were getting to the altar pretty soon. I think they were, like, just a couple of days away from being married.
Exactly.
So he's like, oh, like, you know, how do you feel about getting married? Because I feel confident about it. Like,
that's what he said,
I feel ready to get married. And then he's like, how do you feel? He asks Chelsea.
And Chelsea's like, oh, well, she's like, you know, like a hesitation a little bit, but she's like, I feel so good about it. I know that I'm going to say yes. Like, I feel so confident. We've had our issues, but we know how to solve them. And, you know, we've worked through our conflicts and all this stuff. And then she's like, so I'm ready to say yes. And then he's like,
yeah, I feel like, me too. I'm just like, I was kind of like, what? I had to do like a double take, because then he's basically like, well, I don't want to go to the altar. He's like, I don't, like, basically breaking up with her.
Yeah,
at that point.
He was breaking up with her.
He was like, I'm not going to say yes, so why even go to the altar? Which I appreciate at least that he did that he like, you know.
Yeah, and didn't embarrass her in front of everyone.
Right, exactly. And I feel like this is like an unpopular opinion, but Jimmy is so manipulative. And I know we both feel the same way, but I am just shocked at everything that I've seen on social media lately where everybody is bashing Chelsea.
Yeah, I get it. I understand. And we've said it here on the podcast many times. She is annoying. She has her insecurities.
She's needy.
She's needy. Yeah, but okay, she's clingy. That's what he claims. But I mean, I don't see her as a bad person. She has not done one thing that's bad to him. She's been loyal. She's been there for him. She has worked through all of his issues.
Yeah.
Because he has a lot of problems. And by problems, I mean those girlfriends that he has.
Yeah. And him not wanting to compromise on that.
Yeah. So she is the one compromising everything.
Yeah.
And he doesn't want to do anything for her. He doesn't truly like her.
And that's actually something that came up because while they were talking there together, like while he was breaking up with her and everything, that is something that, you know, Chelsea was saying. She's like, I knew you were going to say no.
Yeah.
She's like, why did you drag it out this long? She's like, why didn't you tell me earlier how you felt? And he's like, because I that's how I feel right now. Like, whatever, blah. So point is, she already knew, like we were saying in previous episodes, like he is showing that he doesn't care about her with all these things, like not wanting to compromise with his girlfriends and all this stuff. But she's like, why didn't you break things off? I'm like, in that moment, I'm like, Chelsea, why didn't you break things off?
Exactly.
That's what I thought. He's not the right one for you. Why didn't you break things off right then and there when you noticed all these red flags about him for her, right? Because if there's other people out there who they don't mind if their spouse talks to their ex, then that's you. But for her, that was a problem. And honestly, for the majority of the world, I feel like that would be a problem.
Yeah.
And he doesn't want to compromise on that. That's a humongous red flag. Like, she should have left him right then and there. But anyways, back to like their breakup. I just felt really bad. And like you were saying, just so manipulative of Jimmy to do that and just be like, oh, I feel great about our relationship. Like, I'm definitely going to say yes. What about you? Just to get her to say yes.
Yeah. Because he knew that was the answer. So
he can break up with her.
So that he can break up. And that's what I've seen the entire season. That's what he's doing to her. He's always manipulating her, playing with her emotions. And the one thing that I really don't like is all these people on social media.
Yeah.
They are literally against her.
I know. I can't believe it.
I understand that she's annoying. I understand she has insecurities. But those insecurities were brought up because of him.
Exactly.
I don't think she's like that now.
Yeah.
Nowadays, now that she's, without this, such a manipulative person that is making
Exactly.
her feel so bad about herself. Because from the get-go, as soon as she came out, when they met for the first time,
Yeah.
that's when everything started happening. She instantly felt that he was not, like, into her.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. A lot of people are mentioning that. That like
Yeah.
since the first meeting, you could tell he was like not into it.
He got caught up with the Megan Fox comment.
I know. I think so too. I really like. I was thinking the same thing. I'm like, it's probably because he was expecting Megan Fox. I don't know. I just that's just crazy on both sides. Crazy for Chelsea, and I think she learned her lesson to never compare herself to a celebrity or anybody. Don't do
I mean,
that.
there's no reason to. It's so hard. Even like I've been seeing people on social media say like, "Why are you comparing yourself? Like you're
Yeah.
setting the standards so high
Yeah.
to like,
And
the
the truth is, nobody looks like anybody else, especially somebody, just another random person in the world. Not even like your relative or something. You know what I mean? Like,
and like a celebrity who has gotten work done on their face.
yes, and oh my God, it's visible. Like we all know.
Yeah,
Megan Fox has
unless
gotten work
you
done.
have also gotten the same kind of procedures to look like
Them,
whoever it is, you're not gonna look like anyone.
yeah. But that's crazy on her behalf to do that. Like compare herself to Megan Fox.
Yeah.
But then on his behalf too, if it is true, like like I think, right, like about the Megan Fox comment really playing a part in him being like kind of disappointed at the reveal, I guess. That's also crazy from his part because how are you gonna think like then love isn't blind? He's not falling
Exactly.
in because
Love is not blind.
He said yes to her just because she looked like Megan Fox in his mind. He thought so.
Yeah.
So it's just like
Love is not blind.
Yeah.
For him, love is not blind. And going back to just the episode and everything, after that we just see it's over for them. That's
Yeah.
it. She's crying and he's just sitting there. And another thing that you and I were talking about,
Yeah.
When we were watching this episode was how he literally wants to break everything off because of this girl.
Yes. That is still crazy to me. And then
His
His ex. And then they're there talking and in the conversation. He brings up, like, you crossed a big line with me when you brought it up on camera that he slept with this girl before, right? And he's like so hurt by that. And that's his like biggest reason, it sounds like, right? And throughout the whole breakup, his little breakup speech, that's why he's breaking up with her. That's why he can't marry her because she crossed this one line that he can't forgive. He just can't forgive that. And that is another red flag for me. I'm just like, the fact that is his reason to break up with her because he's protecting his ex's reputation.
That right there just doesn't even make sense.
That doesn't even make sense. That's sketchy right there.
Yeah.
That is so sketchy. I think he still has feelings for his ex.
I think
he
so
likes
too.
that girl.
I think so, yeah.
Whichever one of his girlfriends it is. Because that's the other thing too. He's like, oh, you're ruining her reputation. Okay, you showed us 2 friends.
We have no idea
We
who
don't
it
know
is.
which one it is. Okay, so like, you can just let that go. Number 1. Number 2, don't bring him on the show.
I was about to say that. If you're so worried about this ex
Yeah.
and her reputation, why are you bringing her on the show?
Yeah.
When this is Netflix, Netflix is like number 1 show that they have.
Yeah.
Love is Blind is a huge, popular series that that Netflix has.
Yeah. And I feel like right now it's even breaking records. I think they said it's
Yeah.
like the most watched or like in the first couple weeks of opening or something like whatever
that.
it is, but some type of record
But
they were breaking.
season 6 has broken records.
Exactly, yeah.
He doesn't know that season 6 was going to break records, but
Right.
he knows how big Love is Blind
Yep.
is. He knows that it's on Netflix. He
Yeah.
knows all these things. So you're bringing here your ex and you want to take care of her reputation. Don't bring her on the show.
Exactly, don't bring on the show.
That
We
was
never
sketchy
had
to
meet
begin
them.
with. I said it from the beginning. I'm like, that's so weird that his friends of 2 years
Yeah.
are coming on the show. That's weird.
It was all not making sense, but now
Now
it makes sense.
sense. Mm-hmm.
And so anyways, as he was breaking up with her, I was just like, I know Chelsea was sad, but I'm just like, thank goodness.
Me too.
Thank goodness he's breaking up with her because she was never going to do it. And it was never going to be a good relationship.
No.
So they were going to break up eventually. And at least she doesn't waste any more of her time with
Yeah.
him because that is just crazy. And like you were saying about her insecurities, like they all got brought out because of him. I feel like because if she is with a good man, one day hopefully she'll find the right person for herself. Hopefully these insecurities, they won't come out because if it's a man that she feels she can trust and she feels confident about their feelings towards her as well, then I think she will not show all these, I guess negative sides of her, we can say, with her just being so clingy. I'm sorry to use that word again because I know that's like rude, but that is kind of like
But
how she was coming
the
up.
reason she was like that, and now we all understand. Well, I don't know if we all do because based on social media, people don't see it.
Yeah.
We see it.
Yeah.
She is acting this way because of him.
Yeah.
Because of how he has been treating her, disrespecting her.
Yeah.
That's basically, that's disrespecting
like
their relationship.
Yeah, and like we were saying, just her not feeling confident in
Yeah.
him liking her or loving her. That's really like where I think it all stemmed from. And yeah, another thing that's shocking to me too with all this social media stuff is that a lot of people are like, Jimmy's my favorite. Jimmy's an angel for putting up with her. Because
Yeah.
she's
No. Oh my
like,
God. No.
Yeah, and all that stuff. I'm just like, oh my God. I've seen a few people who have the same opinion as us, but very few, because most people are like, she's unbearable. She is literally like,
For me, he is
horrible.
unbearable.
And I'm just like, are people blind? I'm like, he is so manipulative. He's so manipulative. So, anyways, I'm glad they're done, but I definitely did not expect to see that in the first like 5 minutes of the episode. Just seeing them completely done.
Done. And one thing I wanted to mention before we go on to our next couple,
Yeah.
he also said a comment that I was just like, this is so rude and unnecessary. She was saying something to him, and he's like, and give me another reason. He's like, and something like
Yes.
that. Give me another
like,
reason why
Yeah.
I made the right choice or something.
Yeah, he's like, keep giving me reasons, like more reasons that I am making the right choice. Oh, I can't think of the words exactly, but basically he was like, yeah, like keep making me feel even more confident about my choice to like leave you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He is such a mean person.
He's a mean person. You know, when he said that, I was thinking, I'm like, that's exactly what he was doing, in my opinion, for her. Like, he kept just him speaking and continuing to speak about his friend's reputation and being so hurt that she brought up that it's not just his friend, but it's his ex.
Yeah.
Like, you know, all that information. The more he said that, I was like,
more reasons why she doesn't need to be with him.
exactly, more reasons why she doesn't need to be with him. So it's so funny that he said that to her. Just another way he's so manipulative. When she's literally just saying the truth, because he's like, she's even apologized, like, well, I'm sorry I said it. She's like, it's just a big deal. Yeah, she had to say it because that is such a big deal and part of their storyline.
Yeah.
Imagine if she would have said that.
Exactly. That's what I was going to say. If she didn't say it, then we wouldn't understand everything that's going on. She had to say it because that is the reason that she's acting the way that she's acting.
Yeah. And like I know we just said this, but just to like, say it again, she wouldn't even have to have felt the need to say that had he not brought them on the show.
Yeah.
Because it wouldn't have been part of the storyline. If we never met his friends, if his friends weren't an issue in their relationship, then she would never have said that line.
And that's why he brought the friends, because he needed, I don't know, something. He still has a relationship. I think he still has a relationship with them. Whichever one it is.
I think he likes whichever one of his girlfriends it is that was his ex. I think he likes them. And another thing, before we skip to our next, because I feel like this couple, they have so much to talk about. But another thing is that a lot of people are saying that Jamie is in the show really just for the clout, we can say, just for the, numbers, like getting, getting famous, quote unquote. So, because they say like, that's the reason why he dragged it out so long. That's why he waited so long to like break up with her, because he just wanted more camera time. Because he knew if he like broke up with her right after the reveal, which is what everybody's saying now, like going back and just like in retrospect, you're like, wait, it's since the reveal that he didn't like her.
I mean, I saw it the minute that I saw it. I'm like, oh God. And he even said it in his like side interview. He's like, she lied to me.
Yeah.
She doesn't look like Megan Fox. Yeah. Because that's what he was thinking about the entire time. So he should have broken it off. He didn't want to because he wanted more the screen time.
Exactly. So that's what people are saying. So
he also wanted the vacation probably too, because they went to the Dominican Republic.
Exactly.
To a nice hotel.
Yeah. Yeah. So that is what the people are saying right now. But yeah, I'm just shocked over that. But happy at the same time for Chelsea.
Me too. Happy because she is free from this man. Thank God, because she wasn't going to break it off.
No, she would have never. I mean, look, she said it right there that she was going to say yes at the altar, that she was saying. So
anyways.
Yeah.
Can't wait to see them at the reunion, because they're both going to be there.
Yeah, they're both going to be there. And yeah, I just can't wait to see that. And I really hope they have some good questions over this whole ex situation, because...
Me too.
And I'm curious to see what they think there.
Me too.
Nick Lachey and Vanessa Lachey. Is it Vanessa Lachey? Yeah. I'm just curious, because the way the internet's reacting is so different than how I feel. So I wonder how they feel.
Yeah. So going on to our next couple, AD and Clay.
AD and Clay. Oh my God. I guess I shouldn't have been shocked, but I was so shocked and so sad.
I wasn't shocked because, as you know, I thought nobody was going to make it through.
Right.
So I wasn't shocked because he literally said the entire time that he didn't want to get married.
I know. That's why I kind of, when I saw that, I was like, damn, I'm like, I feel bamboozled or something. I feel like, because he got me. I'm like, even though he kept saying the whole time, he was telling us his feelings, that he does not feel ready to commit and everything. I don't know how I thought that he was like.
I don't know how AD thought he was going to say yes. I mean, in the beginning, I feel like she didn't even like him.
Right. But then later, I guess she really...
Later on, I don't, okay, this is unpopular opinion. I don't know. I've never heard anybody say this, but I think she saw that he had money.
You think so?
I don't know.
I don't know. Could be.
I think she saw that he had money and she was like, I love him.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. I think also, like, maybe, like, the love grew, like, how it should. You know, like, basically when you get out the politics, I guess it should develop.
But it didn't grow.
It wasn't not on his side, exactly.
Yeah.
But on her end, maybe.
And, you know, when they are, you know, he says no to her at the at the altar. And, you know, he goes to his, like, individual interview. And he's like, do I see myself as a husband? No.
Yeah.
Am I deeply in love? No.
I know. I was shocked when he said that. I was like, no, you didn't. But of course we know, because if he was really deeply in love with her, then
He would have said yes.
he would have said yes, and committing wouldn't be scary to him.
Yeah.
Because he'd be so happy, you know, to be with
Yeah.
her. So, but yeah, I was just shocked. I was so shocked, and I felt personally hurt by Clay. I'm like, why did he wait till the altar? That was so messed up.
That was messed up. I feel like, you know, if he waited till that day that they were going to get married, he should have just got her aside, you know, met her in her room or whatever, and been like, let's not go through with it, and then cancel the wedding.
Right.
You know, have someone else go up. But I mean, that wouldn't be the show then.
Exactly. That's what I was thinking. I'm like, that would have been way better for him to do that. But I'm like, you never know. Are the producers like in their ears and just being like, maybe he was telling them already, I don't feel sure. They're like, just try it out. Like, you know, whatever.
Yeah.
So we don't know that part, but definitely makes for good, you know, TV, a good show, a good storyline, the drama, you know, everything.
Yeah.
But I just felt so horrible because I'm like, their AD is saying her vows and everything, like saying how much she like loves him and all this. And then he just responds with, well, first of all, he's like, oh, thank you, Clay, so much for like, or excuse me, thank you, AD, for supporting me. Like, I don't know, his vows were already going like left. Like it wasn't sounding good.
No. And I could just tell. I could tell he wasn't in it because he
Yeah.
said it from the beginning. He wasn't about like getting married. He didn't want that. He was afraid of cheating. Like he has a genetic issue with cheating.
Oh my God.
You know, like
So he thinks it's genetic.
yeah. I mean, he thinks it's in his DNA.
Yeah.
So
Oh my God.
I mean,
We shouldn't have been shocked.
Yeah.
We shouldn't have been shocked. But I was, and I was just so sad.
me too. I felt bad.
And I couldn't believe, I felt like personally like betrayed by Clay. I was like, how could you do that to her? Like, I just felt so sad. And I could just see the sadness in AD's face. And like,
She was really let down.
she was so let down, which who wouldn't be? And yeah, like she
was, like, in shock.
there. Yeah, she was in shock. And I could feel like the awkwardness. She's like kind of like looking over at her mom. She's like, and mom's like, let's go.
Yeah.
Because what else do you do at that point?
Yeah. And it was nice, I think, also that Clay's mom
Yeah.
gave her a hug.
Yeah, I think she just wanted to be like, you know, like that's his choice. Like, don't, you know. And Clay's mom, I was really we got like a whole nother show with that.
Yeah, that was. I really liked seeing their interaction.
Me too.
Clay's parents.
Yeah, I was like, oh my God, I'm like, they need their own show.
Yeah.
Because that was crazy. We really got to see about a little bit of history, you know, like everything that Clay said, we got to kind of see it play out with his parents, like,
Yeah.
and his mom even saying like, you know, like kind of, you know, you're the one who caused this trauma for him. Like she was like, that this is why he can't commit to nobody.
And she's like, you know, there's things that I didn't know, and he
he's
came
told me
out
that.
and telling me because of this experience or experiment.
Yeah, I was shocked, and like I could see his dad, like I guess he has some remorse, which made me feel a little bit better because like obviously he like from what Clay told us, he's cheated on his mom so many times, so he showed like he has some remorse towards that because he looked kind of sad. I think he was like even tearing up too and everything, but yeah, I was just so like kind of so interested to see it later dynamic and everything, and even Clay's mom basically, she kind of said it in a nice way, of course, but she basically told him like, you know, if you're not going to say yes, why'd you bring it this far?
Yeah.
She's like, don't do that, you know, like that wasn't okay. I feel like she was kind of telling him, and yeah, you can see Clay, he felt so sad.
He felt bad for his decision. He said, you know, I feel like
He said, I feel stupid.
yeah, he said, I feel like I think he said, I feel like I made the wrong choice, or I said the wrong thing, or something like that. He said, but ultimately he wasn't ready, and he says that he wasn't ready to commit,
Right.
and if he's not ready, then he shouldn't make such a big commitment, which is true.
It's true. Exactly. It is true.
So that's also good for AD because she also isn't with someone that is, you know, 50% available and 50% not available.
Right.
You know?
Right. No, she deserves somebody to
100%. Yeah.
there for her 100% and be deeply in love with her. Like, because he said he wasn't. So she deserves that. She deserves so much better than that. So it is for the best at the end, because if he's not ready, then that is the best for him to
That
just
is the
say
best,
no.
yeah.
Of course, it just sucks that he waited till the altar. But like we said, you know, that's TV and stuff. But I am just so curious about the reunion with them and like see like where
Me too.
things, what happened afterwards, because it's such a, you know, they just went like the day before or even the day of, like thinking they're gonna get married, especially from AD side, and then
Yeah.
they just break things off. So I'm sure they had to maybe have another meeting or something to like, you know, kind of just talk things through. And yeah, and he was basically telling AD, he's like, you know, let's like work on this. Like, let's continue to like kind of basically telling her like, let's date. But I know in her side interview, she was like, I'm not going to date him, which she shouldn't.
She shouldn't. It's over. I mean, it's over.
over.
It doesn't work out because
Yeah.
you already know that you don't want to commit. So how are you going to go into a relationship knowing that they didn't want to commit to you to begin with?
Exactly.
So what's the point?
She's smart about that. And yeah, she felt so bad. I felt bad for her too. She was like, "What's wrong with me?" She's like, "I can never like." She's like, and I'm
Yeah,
like, "Girl,"
but
and
that has nothing to do with
Nothing
her.
to do with her. This is his problem.
This is his problem. And
So yeah, I just feel sad that AD thinks at any time. I hope she's over that. I hope it was just like at that moment, but that she feels it's like something is wrong with her. Like she has a flaw. It's so clear. I mean, he's the problem. Like you were saying, you know, before, he has been saying that he's not gonna commit. So
he has his genetic issue that he thinks about cheating.
yeah,
You know, that it has nothing to do with her. It has
Yeah.
nothing to do with her and everything to do with him and unfortunately his dad.
Yeah.
And how he thinks that his dad has, you know, that, I guess, that power over him still.
yeah, yeah. Like he doesn't, I guess, doesn't realize that like cheating or not cheating, whatever, it's a choice. It's your personal choice.
Exactly.
You can 100% control whether you cheat or not. It's not like you're just
Exactly.
gonna, you know, stumble into cheating. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know what
Yeah.
he thinks is like how
Yeah.
it works, but or is that an excuse? We don't know.
We don't know, right? I wonder what
I don't
it
know.
really is.
But I don't think it's an excuse just because of his mom and everything. And I just
Yeah.
feel like his mom is very real. Like everything that she was saying there and like just her emotions and her expressions and everything just seemed very real. So I'm like, I just feel like what she was saying is like he has had conversations with his mom, being like, you know, I don't feel like I can be married because of my dad and everything that he did and blah blah all that, right? So, anyways, I think that it is a real issue for him, but yeah, AD basically she should never think that's her fault because you know Clay, until he gets over this, he won't be able to commit to anybody. So it's not just AD, it's anybody.
And I'm actually glad Clay was like, you know, I'm gonna go to therapy. He was telling her.
Yeah.
Which is good because
Yeah.
he does need therapy
He needs
because he's
therapy.
been through this and this is, you know, impactful, very impactful to his
Yeah,
life.
yeah.
That it's making him look how old he is now.
Yeah.
Right. And he's still, you know, going through these things,
Yeah, and
thinking
still,
about it and
right.
and he can't commit to
Exactly.
a person that he's not deeply in love, but we thought he was in
We
love
thought
with
he
her
was. I thought he was
until he said otherwise.
Yeah, I thought he was until he said that. So that was kind of shocking to me too. So yeah, so it was just like the episode started, Jimmy and Chelsea, done. No. Then we get
Clay
to the
and
wedding.
AD.
Clay and AD. And did you think at that time when they were starting to get ready to go down the aisle and everything, did you think they were going to say it was going to go through, or what did you think
I was like,
at that point?
well, I saw, you know, the little bar of, you know,
Oh,
the timer. So I was
yes.
like, this can't be good because
Like
when
how far in the episode was?
yeah, I'm like, this can't be good because I'm like, he's probably gonna say no. I'm like, one of them is gonna say no.
Yeah.
Because I saw that there's so much time left. So
Yeah.
that made me think, I'm like,
More drama.
more drama. So then, you know, Jimmy and Chelsea, they're over.
Yeah.
Clay and AD, done.
Yeah.
And then we get to I always forget his name.
Johnny.
Johnny. Okay.
Yeah.
Johnny and Amy.
But before we get to them, I wanted to say, like, I really thought that, like, they were going to say yes.
Really?
Because Clay was giving me, like, I was doubting him a little bit because when he was getting ready, I could tell, like, he was just too, like, he wasn't, like, I don't know. He was excited, but then he was, like, there was some like, shots of him just, like, sitting down thinking. And I was like, okay, it could happen, you know, to your wedding date's a big day, whatever. But I was like, I think he's, like, having doubts. But once, like, he saw her coming down the aisle and everything, I was like, oh, okay. I'm like, I thought they were both going to say yes. So when he said no,
Really?
yeah, I really, really got shocked. But yeah, so that was just my thoughts as I was seeing it. So, but yeah, so they're done.
They're done.
And then-
I didn't think they were gonna say yes. So for
didn't
me,
think- okay.
it wasn't a shock. Jimmy and Chelsea, Clay and AD, not a shock.
Yeah,
And then we get to
Johnny and Amy.
Johnny and Amy.
Okay, and I did the same thing, kind of like you. I was looking at the time, like how much the episode has progressed, and I thought there was such a little time left that I'm like, okay, they're gonna say yes.
Me too.
But I still had that one suspicion. You know me, even from the last episode, where my
Yeah.
prediction was like Johnny was gonna say no at the very end.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I thought one of them was gonna say no.
Yeah.
But they end up saying yes.
They end up saying yes, and then when I see them in their you know, side interviews, like them each getting ready, I was like, okay, I'm like, they're gonna say yes.
Yeah, that's what I thought too.
Theirs was just different. Like
was
their
different.
families were integrating.
Yeah.
One of Johnny's sisters was on the bride's side.
Yeah.
which that was nice of Amy to do that. I also thought it was a little bit weird though, because I'm like, I feel like she should have been with her brother and the rest of her family celebrating, and but whatever. But it just showed like the integration, like Amy's dad saying, "Oh, now I feel like I have new daughters too," like even though he just met them and all that, but like it was just different vibes. So I was like, okay, they're gonna say yes. I'm like, they're gonna make it.
Yeah, and they end up saying yes, and and then really that's the end.
Yeah,
that's the end of the episode, and that's it.
The end. Yeah, and were you surprised about that at all? That they said yes, or
a little surprised, but not really, because out of everyone, if someone was gonna get married, it was gonna be them.
Yeah,
but I don't know. I wonder if they're still together. For some reason, I don't know why I'm so doubtful of these relationships.
Well, there's some speculation. I saw, it's like not very popular, but I saw on Instagram, like just very few people just in the comments being like, but are they together or not? Just because I guess like through Instagram and stuff, they haven't really, which maybe they're not allowed to, but they haven't really like posted like anything, like how other people that post like, oh, they have the same background. So I guess people were like,
and that's what I was doing. I'm like, I haven't seen them post anything like in their houses.
Right.
All of their posts have been like of her by herself, Amy by herself, like going to like, I don't know, with her friends.
Yeah.
And then Johnny by himself.
Yeah.
Nothing has been integrated.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I wonder, are they holding back?
Right. I'm like, is that just Love is Blind telling them like, do not, like, let's keep,
keep it under wraps until the reunion? Like, what is going on? So that's when I'm like, are they even together? I'm doubtful of everyone.
Yeah, I don't know. And I wasn't doubtful until like recently. I just saw that on Instagram. So I'm like, some people are doubting. So I'm like, So they're another one that I'm excited to see at the reunion. Me too. Honestly, I'm excited to see everybody at the reunion.
Me too. And so talking about the reunion, Brittany and Kenneth.
They're going to be there.
They're going to be there.
Yes, which I'm so happy about.
Jeremy's going to be there.
Yeah.
I did not see that Laura was going to be there.
I didn't see that Laura's going to be there either. And I'm like, obviously she was invited because she's part of the main cast because she was, on the road to get married. So I'm guessing she declines. We'll see. Or they keep that a secret.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Who else is going to be there? Jimmy, Chelsea, Clay, AD.
Yeah.
Who are the other ones?
Johnny, Amy.
Johnny, Amy.
Gonna be there. But then I heard, and I don't know if this is confirmed or not, that Sarah Ann is going to be there.
I heard that Sarah Ann is going to be there.
Which I feel like...
Why?
I don't know. I feel like, why is she there? I kind of get it. Like, people are saying online and everything, okay, because she's part of, like, this storyline of the whole cheating thing. But I personally don't think she should be there.
She shouldn't be there because she is part of the cheating thing, but, we've talked about this also, and it's mostly the cheating is with Jeremy.
Like, Jeremy has the explaining to do.
Yeah, not Sarah Ann.
Right, exactly. That's the part where I'm, like, confused.
He's the one... She didn't, well, I guess she looked for him, but through a text message. He's the one that went personally, and he's part of the main cast. So he is the main character.
Like he should be there.
Yeah. He's one of the main characters. So I don't know why she's there. And then another one that I don't understand why she's there is Jess.
Yeah. Jess is invited. We saw there, and I saw her picture. Like, she's definitely going to be on the
She's definitely going to be there. Yeah.
And I'm confused about that too. I'm confused why Jess is there because I'm like, her, definitely the editing made it seem like she had a much bigger role in this, like the previews and everything, the trailer for Love is Blind. It made it seem like she had a much bigger role in this season, but she really didn't because, like, we were talking about this before we started even recording, but, that whole thing with Jimmy, like, that all happened in the pods, but then really out of the pods, there's really nothing. Like, they had that one conversation.
And that was it.
And
I mean, there's nothing like she's trying to get after him, kind of like Sarah Ann,
Right.
So people can say, okay, Sarah Ann, because she's been chasing after him and whatever.
And she kind of like inserted herself into like some type of storyline post pause.
Yeah, but she hasn't inserted herself in anything. Yeah. She's actually thankfully kept her distance because Jimmy and Chelsea, they were together.
Right. She respected their relationship.
Yeah.
And she respected like Jimmy's choice and everything. And like we've even heard, because she's gone on podcasts and stuff like that, she has said she would not ever want to be with Jimmy now that she knows him, out of the pods and everything. So yeah, I'm really curious to see what her role is going to be there at the reunion, because I'm like, what else could they ask Jess? Like, okay, her like viral like breakup speech. Okay, but like what else can she contribute? So
I have no idea. But what I have heard is that Jimmy, he said that she was a mean girl.
Yeah.
So I think they want to bring. I really think it's for the drama.
Yeah. Probably.
Just for the drama. And I heard that she's also on another show. She's going to be on another popular show.
Perfect Match.
Perfect Match, yeah.
Yeah, I heard she's going to be Perfect Match. And I also heard, again, I don't know if this is just like rumors, this is just on Instagram, stuff that I've been seeing, that she's actually dating somebody. Like, apparently she said in that podcast that she went on that she's dating somebody from like
the season 6.
Season 6, but that wasn't really, didn't have camera time.
Right.
Like, I guess they said it was her other connection that we never saw, because I don't remember seeing her have another connection
Me
except
neither.
Jimmy, or maybe a little part, but I don't remember who it was.
I don't remember. I don't remember seeing anybody except for her and Jimmy. That's
Yeah.
what for me. That's all that I remember.
Yeah.
But again, I don't think this. I think this is the first time they're bringing in these people that are not part of the main cast.
Right, like the wider, I guess, cast, like
The wider cast,
larger
yeah.
cast, I should
Yeah.
say. But yeah, so that's, I mean, I'm surprised to see Jess's part, and I'm really surprised also to see Sarah Ann's part. Like going back to Sarah Ann, just because
Yeah.
I'm like, I feel like, especially in that lake house scene where AD asked her, like, she asked her everything we needed to know.
Yeah, I mean, we know everything now thanks
So I'm
to
like,
AD.
Thanks to AD, for real. So I'm like, thank you so much, AD. But I'm like, of course, with the drama, I'm here for it. Like, bring her on for
Yeah,
the drama.
yeah.
Like, you know, it's gonna add drama for sure to the reunion. But I'm just like, yeah, again, I don't know if she's just gonna have a small segment and then leave. Same like Jess.
I think that's what they're gonna do. Just
Yeah.
kind of bring them in at the end, maybe.
Yeah.
Or bring them in for a moment and then have them, leave because
yeah.
they're not part of the issue. Here, the real problems, one of the biggest problems is Jimmy and Chelsea.
I think they're gonna have like the most to talk about.
I hope so because sometimes it's a hit or miss. I feel like with the reunions.
Yeah.
Because sometimes they ask the right questions, sometimes they don't, and we're like, "What happened with this?"
Like last season, I feel like that reunion was just nothing.
Blah.
Yeah, it was just. I feel like they didn't ask any of the correct questions. So yeah, we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see how that goes, the reunion and everything, and then just a little bit of tea, like Love Is Blind tea, that we've just been hearing stuff like that, and things just going around is like this whole thing with them really pushing Jess. Like it's been something that people have
Yeah.
been talking about recently, and I just we wanted to bring it up too, but like. Jess is not part of the main cast of Love Is Blind. She really, overall, once we've seen the whole season, she doesn't have a big part in the season.
No.
But yet, she is the one out here doing the most interviews.
Yeah.
She's on the most, like, podcasts than I've seen than anybody
I
else.
haven't seen any of the other main
People.
cast
Yeah.
on a podcast.
Yeah, me neither. And I think she's done, like, a few, if I'm not mistaken. At
Yeah.
least, like, two. But, yeah, so, like, that's just, like, another, like, kind of, like, speculation. I guess we'll see what will come from that. But it's just I'm a little, like, suspicious about it. I'm like, why are they, like, I guess,
Yeah.
pushing her so hard?
I think she's there for the clout. That's what I
Yeah.
really believe. I think she's just here for the clout. That's what she wants. That's why I feel like even when they had an Instagram like reel
Yeah.
that they posted, Love Is Blind, with Nick Lachey and Vanessa Lachey.
Yeah.
They had a reel there and they're like, who do you want to be on
yes.
on this? Let us know in the
Reunion.
comments, whatever, who do you want to be in the reunion? And I remember her because I saw, I follow all of them because, just to get the
Why
latest on the
not?
tea.
Yeah.
We're talking about them,
Yeah.
throughout this whole couple weeks.
You gotta get
few
everybody's
weeks.
point of view.
Yeah, so I want to see everybody's point of view of what they say. And she's like, you guys better vote for me. So I'm like, why?
And I'm like,
though?
where was there even voting? Because I saw her right then. I'm like, did I miss that? Maybe there was a poll. I don't know.
I didn't see a poll or anything, but she's like, you guys better vote for me. So I'm like,
Yeah,
she's just really in it for the clout.
exactly. I have like a wild wild idea. So I'm gonna just say it, but I know it's really wild
say
and out
it.
there. But I almost feel like she's like a paid promoter of Love Is Blind. Like I feel like that's something. It's a little bit crazy. Maybe it's not it, but I feel like she was just planted in the show.
Yeah.
And, she kind of had this, like, one viral moment, right? And then afterwards, she's really just, because if you think about it, she's really just, like, promoting the show. Because all she talks
She
about
is.
is Love Is Blind. Obviously, why wouldn't she? That's what we all know her for up to now, right? Until she does other things, I guess. But, yeah, she just, like, she just goes around, and it's promoting the show because she talks about a little bit about Jimmy and, like, how he is, like, what Chelsea was saying, kind of backing up Chelsea, like, that he likes to go out and party a lot. Like, he was partying a lot more than the cameras showed, or even that they they talked about on the show and everything. So I don't know, I just feel like she's just really just out here promoting Love Is Blind,
That could be.
but in like a different way. Like she's just
You're right, because
it's just
it's
too
just
weird.
so weird that she is the only person who's not even the main cast going around doing all these interviews, all these things.
Yeah.
She was even on the E with the main cast
Right.
doing an interview.
Exactly, because she's just from the pods. Like she never made it out the
Yeah.
pods. Just
And
like
there's
so
other
many
ones
yeah, like
there.
Mackenzie, she's another one that we saw
Yeah.
at the lake house. Like that she was, or at the lake scene. See what I'm saying, lake house.
Yeah.
But that she's also like just like Jess.
Yeah, I mean, and they're not invited.
And they're not invited, exactly.
I wonder if
And-
Trevor's going to be invited then too, because
Yeah. Oh, that's another thing. People aren't sure. I was looking at that online. I didn't see him in like the lineup or whatever that came out, but I wonder if he's going to be invited.
yeah, because I mean, if they're inviting everybody, I mean, might as well
Yeah.
invite Trevor.
Yeah. They
I want to see his point of view, because I mean, I hope they touch on this, like them being engaged, married,
Yes.
whatever
Oh
it
my
is.
God. Yeah. I was trying to think in my head of like the timeline because I think they said that this reunion was filmed, I guess, 2 weeks ago is what they were saying.
And talking about 2 weeks
So I'm like,
ago,
did this come out already? The whole Trevor thing? I don't know, but
I guess so. Laura
yeah.
was, because I follow her on Instagram. She's been in Spain for 2 weeks, she says,
Oh wow.
for
So,
work. So
maybe there's our answer.
that's why I think she is not going to be there.
Yeah.
I hope they have some kind of like, remember they did one with Marshall
Yeah, Marshall and his connection.
and his connection. I forgot her name, but
Jackie, was it Jackie?
Jackie,
Or
yes, Jackie.
Jacqueline, or yeah, I don't know if she went by
I think it
Jackie
was
or not.
Jackie or Jacqueline, whatever. Marshall and her, they did like a little Zoom call or whatever.
Yeah, I think they have to. I hope Laura was at least able to do that, because like I can't imagine, like, I mean, it's gonna be what it is, but I'm like, Laura's such a crucial part, because I feel like they cannot have Jeremy and Sarah Ann there and not have Laura.
They cannot have Jess there, Jess and Sarah Ann, and not have Laura.
Exactly.
They're not even the main cast.
Yeah, that's why I know she had to be invited. It's just about like, could she make it or not? I guess.
I hope she did. I really hope she did, because I don't see her in the lineup when they're
I didn't
naming
see her picture
them.
there or anything, because they had some pictures too.
Yeah, they added all the pictures.
She was not one of the people pictured.
Yeah, I'm so excited to watch it.
Me
can't
too.
wait. This is gonna be great, and I hope all of our questions are answered.
Yeah, me too. I hope all our questions are answered. I really can't wait to see. And another thing that I'm like a little bit, everybody's suspicious about is, are Jeremy and Sarah Ann together as of now? Like, we all want to know that. So anyways, I feel like we're gonna get all our questions answered in the reunion, but let's hope it doesn't disappoint. But we will be here reviewing it all anyways. We're gonna share all our reactions and everything to it. And yeah, I just literally cannot wait to see this.
Me neither. I'm so excited. And guys, don't forget to subscribe to see our reactions and to go over everything again. Next Wednesday, we will be here with the latest updates.
Yes. And I guess our last recap of Love is Blind. Really. Yeah, so that's going to wrap up after we recap the reunion, of course, that's going to wrap up our like Love is Blind stuff. And then we're going to have some special Ramadan episodes, because we are getting into Ramadan now. And yeah, we just want to, have a couple of special episodes around that. So yeah, just don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss any of our videos. And we will see you guys next time.
See you. Don't forget to subscribe.
Bye.
Bye.